There wasn't really any early signs that we picked up on. He was pretty calm and happy little baby, I think. It wasn't until my father pointed it out. He said, "Oh, what's wrong with Ryder? His face seems all funny when he cries."
We went to the doctor to get him checked over for a cold, and while we're here, we'll get the doctor to have a look at his face and see what he thought. And he's like, "Yeah, that's not normal. I'm going to send you to the emergency at Wollongong and just get them to check it out, but don't leave without an MRI." And then it was in the middle of the night the doctor came and saw us and said he's got a tumour.
It was a really terrible diagnosis because he was so young, and I also needed to tell them that unfortunately there was a very small chance that Ryder would survive, 10 to 15% at best.
All these things in your mind that a father wants to do with his son over a lifetime, or, you know, go to footy and all that, you're like, I think, is that going to be taken away from us?
Surgery didn't go as planned because where the tumour was, it was wrapped around all the vital nerves of his brainstem.
They damaged his vocal cords. That made it unable for him to swallow and eat, as well as that gave him a more permanent droop to the face.
The main scientific question that we're exploring in Zero is that we understand that each patient's tumour is unique. And so we're really trying to decode that information from as many directions as possible and use that information to direct the best possible treatment plan for that patient.
So for us it was helpful to confirm the tumour type. We were quite confident from the pathology report itself what it was, so an atypical teratoid rhabdoid tumour, or ATRT.
Did you sweep the whole floor, buddy?
Ryder had a great ongoing treatment response to both the chemotherapy and the radiation, and that's when I thought, why don't we ask about a second surgery?
We're expecting a 6-hour surgery. I think it was like 3.5, 4 hours, and we got the phone call. And I was expecting, no, sorry, we can't do anything with this.
And I remember Kelly and I walking in to talk to him, knowing that he's gone in, he's seen it, it's not good, and he's closed back up. He said it peeled off. The tumour just peeled off everything and it was gone.
So that was like, oh my God, what a relief. Like, that was the first time we thought, like, this is working and maybe we've got a future with our son.
Having Zero as part of the armament, if you like, of what I'm able to offer the families is incredible. The chance of relapse is 85–90% for someone in Ryder's situation. Now that chance would have reduced significantly because I used a treatment that was targeted towards the genetic change, and that was recommended from the Zero Childhood Cancer program. So that's a maintenance style treatment. So I expect and I hope that that will give him a much better chance of being a survivor in the future.
The future vision for Zero is astonishing. Parts of what is the research program today will become standard of care. I'm convinced of that. A lot of work ahead to achieve that, but we should expect routine molecular diagnostics of the highest calibre for every single child. But that still leaves a gap. How do we get the right treatment for every single patient? How do we discover new drugs for the currently undruggable targets that we know there are so many of?
Sometimes when it's nice and quiet at night and you sit back and look at him and, wow, man, look at you. You're still here, you're happy, you're fighting, and he might roll over and give you a cuddle and you're like, oh. Yeah, it's pretty special.